Battle through the firmament. Grand world. Chapter 366. For the sake of the academy. Is Xiaoyan going to attack? He recalled what the former said in illusory spirit space. This guy really wanted to rob Zhu Tianhou of his sacred spirit fire body. Thinking of this, a struggle flashed across Xiaoyan's eyes. After that, he gritted his teeth and rushed towards the source of the sound. Since Xiaoyi's action had been tacitly approved by Su Jiang, it meant that in order to obtain the sacred spirit fire body, he could do whatever he wanted. This method was simply insane. Behind him, Xiaoyao seemed to have sensed something. It moved its body and followed Xiaoyan's footsteps. Although the injuries in its body were serious, it didn't have much effect on its speed. In the vast desert, Zhu Tianhou spun a few times in the air and landed on the ground in a sorry state. He wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and looked at Xiaoyi, who was slowly walking towards him. A sense of powerlessness welled up in his arrogant heart. When he was still an inconspicuous outer court student, Xiaoyi, who had just entered the realm in Valley, recognized his constitution at first glance. After that, he quietly helped him, allowing him to have abundant cultivation resources during the early stages of his cultivation. He was filled with gratitude towards Xiaoyi in his heart. However, after he entered the inner academy, Xiaoyi revealed his thoughts. This was undoubtedly a bolt out of the blue, completely shaking the gratitude in his heart until it disappeared without a trace. Yet, he could do nothing in the face of Xiaoyi's powerful strength. Even so, Xiaoyi's cold and indifferent attitude forced out the pride in his heart. He trained even harder in the inner academy until one day, Zan Kai also discovered Zhu Tianhou's constitution. He had started to support him for various reasons. Zhu Tianhou, whose heart was as dead, did not refuse Zan Kai's help. He didn't try to climb up the social ladder but instead used the resources given to him by Zan Kai to cultivate, until he tied with Xiaoyan in the inner courtyard competition. Initially, he thought that as long as he mastered the sacred spirit fire body, he would be able to fight Xiaoyi. However, today's cruel reality had given him a heavy blow. After coming out from the illusory spirit space, his strength had also advanced to the 6 paths Emperor realm. After comprehending the sacred spirit fire body these few days, he was only a step away from the 7 paths. He didn't expect Xiaoyi to send him flying with just a few moves. This was a huge blow. Zhu Tianhou, don't waste your energy. Even if you are a monarch emperor now, you are still no match for me. You are still too inexperienced in controlling the sacred flame body. Xiaoyi stepped forward and looked at Zhu Tianhou with a smile. Furthermore, I have told you before that the only value of your existence is to fulfill my wish. This day has just been brought forward. The smile on his face was rather friendly, but his words made one's hair stand on end. I worked hard in my cultivation in order to defeat you. Zhu Tianhou clenched his fists tightly. There was an unerasable disappointment in his eyes, and his words were filled with helplessness. You have failed. Xiaoyi laughed when he heard this. He slowly stretched out his hand and said in a deep voice, Don't worry, I won't kill you. As long as you come with me to the Xiao clan, transfer your Saint Soul Fire physique to me. Although your foundation will be damaged, your life won't be in danger. What do you think? Zhu Tianhou laughed miserably and said while gnashing his teeth in anger, Ridiculous. Under such circumstances, it's no different than death. Xiaoyi shrugged his shoulders and said in a cold tone, Then don't blame me. After saying that, his 5 fingers tensed up and pierced towards Zhu Tianhou's chest. Zhu Tianhou wanted to defend himself, but the difference in strength was too obvious. Cal. Xiaoyi's 5 fingers suddenly stopped when they were less than an inch away from Zhu Tianhou's chest. He could no longer move forward. Humph. Xiaoyi's face darkened. He looked to the side like a sharp sword. A familiar face suddenly appeared in front of him. Xiaoyan. When he saw the person, Xiaoyi's furrowed brows relaxed. He smiled lightly and flipped his wrist, breaking free from Xiaoyan's grip. It's you. Zhu Tianhou also saw Xiaoyan. He was stunned for a moment, then said in a deep voice, You should leave quickly. The purpose of this guy snatching the sacred spirit fire body is to fuse with the demonic flame. Xiaoyan was slightly stunned when he heard Zhu Tianho's reminder. He then laughed lightly and looked at Xiaoyi coldly. Su Jiang previously said that he would allow the students of Realm in Valley to snatch the sacred spirit fire body or demonic flame. I think that student is you. Xiaoyi was not angry when he heard that. He nodded generously and said, in Realm in Valley, those who have the ability to contain the sacred fire body and the demonic flame as one. Only the Xiao clan's secret arts can do that. Since Elder Su has agreed to it, I naturally won't worry about anything. After a pause, a cold expression emerged on Xiaoyi's face as he said, Xiaoyan, you shouldn't have come out. Do you have the demonic flame in your body? Are you forcing me to take away your demonic flame? Xiaoyan smiled coldly when he heard this. When he first met Xiaoyi in illusory spirit space, he still had some scruples. But now, Xiaoyan was not afraid of a demonic emperor. But don't worry, you are also a member of Xiao clan. I don't look down on the people of the lower realm at all. Besides, the growth of your strength is beyond my expectation. If possible, you can even represent the Yunlo to participate in the 4 academies competition. Xiaoyi turned his eyes to Xiaoyan. There was no emotion in his voice. Besides, I might not be able to control your demonic flame in a short period of time. The demonic flame of the Xiao clan is enough to greatly increase my strength. At the end, Xiaoyi's expression turned serious, and he said slowly, you can leave. I don't want to attack you. Besides, you are not my match either. Upon hearing Xiaoyi's words, Xiaoyan merely smiled. Zhu Tianho stood up as well. When he heard that Xiaoyan was also a member of Xiao clan, he immediately cast his vigilant gaze at Xiaoyi. So, I have to thank you. Covering his mouth, Xiaoyan revealed a trace of a smile. In his eyes, Xiaoyi was looking at him. There was an undetectable coldness in his eyes. It's best that you think that way. Let me tell you, this time in the 4 academies competition, Yunlo Academy must obtain a great victory. Mahuyang and Lin Dao are strong, but the students of the other academies are stronger than them. After saying that, Xiaoyi clenched his fist tightly. He said in a cold voice, let me tell you how terrifying they are. There are 4 big families in the star field, namely Xiao, Ji, Zhou, and Kang. The Xiao clan is the weakest among them. Clenching his teeth, Xiaoyi said in a deep voice, among them. Shang Hao from the Shang clan is as strong as Mahuyang, even stronger than Shang Hao. It's Kang Feng from the Kang family, and Wu Tiandu. Shang Shaoshan was only slightly weaker than Shang Hao. These 4 belong to the Star Sky Academy, and Zhou Buyi from the Zhou clan. I don't know what level he has reached, and his sister, Zhou Exingyu. He's a freak. After saying so much in one breath, Xiaoyi looked at Xiaoyan and said calmly, in the other 3 courtyards, there are only 2 people who are stronger than Mahuyang and not much weaker than him. There are even 3 or 4 of them. Tell me, if there isn't a single supreme expert in the Yunlo, do you think there's still a need to participate in this competition? Xiaoyan pondered for a moment, then said coldly, so you want to seize the sacred spirit fire body and fuse it with the demonic flame. That's right. I want to become that ultimate expert and lead the Yunlo Academy to sweep across the other 3 academies. Everything I do is for the sake of the academy. Xiaoyi seemed to have gone mad as he growled in a low voice. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.